Hello, wherever you may be and however you may be watching, a pleasant good day to you, and thanks for clicking on this edition of Electric TV, powered by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and their labor partner, the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I'm your host, Dominic Giratano. The NECA IBEW team is the right choice for electrical construction work in America, and here's yet another reason why. Among other things, a trip to the doctor's office most always involves listening to your lungs to check that you're inhaling and exhaling properly, that your ventilation system is working as it should. Buildings of all shapes and sizes have ventilation systems too, just like humans. But you wouldn't exactly say that buildings can breathe, would you? Well, that is until now. As crazy as it all might seem, the NECA IBEW team in Pittsburgh is playing doctor, electrically speaking, on a new skyscraper with the ability that once complete and properly installed, to literally breathe. We traveled to the Steel City recently to give this building's ventilation system a checkup of our own. Being green in today's construction world is somewhat old hat, not because it's any less virtuous today than it has been in the past, but today you've got to be greener, got to go further, got to push the limits. Designing a building which has the distinction of the greenest skyscraper in the world certainly would be that. But expectation has to meet reality. Mission in progress for PNC Bank.
It's a living, breathing building. The facade is unique in that the exterior will open and allow fresh air into the building. The air will flow through the floors into a shaft in the middle of the building. The top of the building acts as a solar chimney. It'll create heat at the top of the building, which will add or assist that draw coming up through the chimney to get that airflow across the floor plates.
The airflow is initiated by the building's windows. On the outer edge of the double facade, the windows open based on sophisticated control systems that monitors exterior conditions. Sunlight, temperature, humidity, pollution levels are just a few factors that the control system reads, communicating when and for how long the windows open or stay closed, allowing for the building to, as mentioned, breathe on its own. On the inside, the lighting system utilizes the sun, or lack thereof, on some days to determine how much artificial light to bring to each floor and each office. Behind it all is the brains of the operation, the NECA IBEW team, Lighthouse Electric, and IBEW Local 5.
Lighthouse Electrical is our electrical contractor. They're the main driver behind all the installations. In addition to being very competitive pricing-wise, there's a high level of comfort with us in working with Lighthouse and also from PNC. I know Lighthouse has worked with them on other projects.
We have a motto, it's tools, material, information at the point of installation. So as much as we can get to the guy or worker, local 5 journeyman on this job site installing, is we will try and get it right to him.
You know you're not going to have to watch them or constantly make sure they're doing the right things. You know they're going to do the right things, and you know their guys are knowledgeable enough to get it done and get it done right. So it's a great asset.
The management and installation of this project are made possible by the NECA IBEW team being able to adapt to the demands of a changing industry.
The project comes off of a computer screen now and kind of evolves or is alive as it goes through the process, really. So the changes from the technological standpoint have been great or very vast in the process for how a project comes out of the ground.
On this job, we've been using a lot of tablets and iPads for drawings. In that case, they're also able to get their information as far as information from the engineers and architects.
When an owner sees a guy carrying a pile of prints these days and a guy carrying an iPad flipping through, that iPad has everything that pile of prints has and more, I think they're going to want the more organized company.
At the top of the job, we might be doing temporary power and working with the iron workers, and on the bottom of the job site, we might be putting cover plates on and devicing out. So we have all aspects of our schedule being done at one time.
The foreman can take a look and see when is a good time for him to get in there, install. Okay, maybe wait till this sheet metal goes through, then just put our pipe in. It's a money saver for sure as far as time in the field. I mean, hands down.
You can't build a building like the PNC Tower, a building that's virtually alive, without the brightest individuals on the ground doing the install. Local 5 provides the best electricians and technicians the industry has to offer. And we firmly believe that. Being NECA contractors, we always like to say that we have the best and the brightest contractors in the industry. And we use the best technologies and the best resources available to us to accomplish that.
You know the union crew is going to be highly qualified, highly skilled, especially with Lighthouse being the electrical contractor. You know that they're going to have a workforce that understands it and is going to be able to get it done correctly. So it's a great benefit to having those kind of guys here.
That's it for this edition. For story extras and more, check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. Want an email when there's something new instead? Sign up below. See you next time.